Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we're going to talk about how to play Crisis, the expansion for Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. So this was part of a kind of a 3-pack of expansions that came out via the most recent Kickstarter, and this adds a new way to play cooperatively. So you can play up to 4 players cooperatively, or you can play solo, which is what I'll be showing off today. The only difference between playing solo and with multiple players is the crisis deck here changes depending on player count, but then in this version we have our dummy deck is these double-sided cards. We'll draw 2 of these, and then we get to actually choose which way we rotate these, and so which 2 actions it's going to simulate another player taking, and then we still get to choose our phase card as well. At other player counts, there's a different dummy deck to choose those alternate phases. That is the only difference. So one thing that is very different about playing Crisis mode than playing the traditional mode is that you start with everything built out. So everything is terraformed. Our oxygen is all the way up, our temperature is all the way up, and our ocean tiles are all out. Just a quick side note, I am playing on one of the alternate board sides that came with the new Kickstarter. This is just a different way to show everything off. So, kind of bigger numbers up here, bigger tracks here. So, they fit these bigger cubes, or they actually gave you smaller cubes if you want to flip back over and use it on the other side. But this is a little bit more condensed, but it's literally just the other side of the board. So it still takes up the same amount of table space. All right. So I've gone ahead and given myself a corporation, my starting resources, my 8 cards. Off to the side, you will want to have these crisis tokens here, along with these single VP tokens. So anytime in Crisis, in the Crisis expansion, if you gain a VP, say it's from like a forest tile here, instead of gaining that forest tile, which in the traditional game would have just been a VP at the end of the game, you simply gain a single VP token. These can be used, you can spend during the end step, you can spend 2 VP tokens to remove a crisis counter, which we'll show off here in a minute. They tell you to store them up here in this bank because in a multiplayer game, everybody would contribute to the VP bank and anybody could then spend them. When I'm playing solo, I just throw them here on my player map because I'm not going to be putting any tree tokens there. So, all right, let's get started with how to play. So, the biggest change with the Crisis expansion is the Crisis step. So they added this in. It is now step 1 as opposed to the planning step, which was formerly step 1. So, first thing you're going to do is check all of your metrics here. So is our oxygen still in the white? Is our temperature still in the white? Are our ocean tiles all out or in the white based on this number right here, which is 7 to 9 ocean tiles flipped? Yes. So we're good. If at any point at the beginning of a round, any of these are either in the yellow or the red, or a certain number of ocean tiles are flipped over to make it 4 to 6 or 2 to 3, you're going to bring out one of with the corresponding detriment token, which are represented here. So these detriment tokens, some of them are passive abilities, some of them are abilities that you would have to take care of right now, and they get worse as you have to flip them over. So if my ocean tiles, I only have 2 flipped over, I have to play with this on red. If my temperature, say, creeps into the red here, I'd have to flip this over and deal with this on its red side. As soon as I get them back up into the white levels, I can get rid of them. Or as soon as I push them up from red to yellow, I can flip them back over. So we've checked our metrics. Everything's at the top because we just started the game. Also, at this point, any persistent crisis cards that we have not been able to deal with and get off the board, we'd have to deal with those as well. None of those are out right now, so we're just going to draw our top crisis card. Now, during setup, they tell you to essentially stack this deck so that, you know, phase 5 crisis cards are at the bottom. There's a single phase 4, 3, 2, 1. So you always know that these first cards that are coming out are not going to hit you quite as hard as the ones on the bottom. So it's definitely going to ramp up. So let's flip this over here. When you first flip a crisis card over, you're only focused on what's in the middle here. So this immediately box says draw a card. Okay, bonus for me. And then it says decrease the temperature by 1 step. Boop. Now, this card stays out here. You'll notice that there's a little 1 in this blue box. So I take a single crisis counter, place it there, and to get rid of this crisis counter, I have to play a building tag to remove the counter. So I would have to say play this card at any point in time from here on out, and if I do, I get to remove this counter. Once all the counters are removed from a card, it can be discarded. Actually, let's keep this on there. So sometimes we might see ones with 2 or 3 counters that need to go out. Obviously, in a solo game, this number is going to be relatively low. If you're playing a 4-player, though, it's an entirely different deck, and it's going to tell you probably put 4 crisis tokens out there. So keep that in mind. All right, but that is it as far as the crisis step is concerned. And then now we get to draw 2 cards from our crisis solo deck. If it was a multiplayer game, you would just draw 1, and then you get to flip it over. So at this point, I actually get to look and see what the dummy players are planning to play before I choose my phase card, which is a nice little bonus. So I probably don't really need action. I don't think I'm going to be playing a lot of blue cards right now. I definitely want development. I almost would like the development to be... See, when the dummy player plays it, I'm not getting the bonus. And I guess production, just to get... The only thing we're really going to be getting is some MC, maybe. We might be able to pull something out here. So these are really the 2 main cards we're going to focus on. So I've set this up. You could, at this point, flip over these tokens. I don't do that because I just don't feel like they're necessary. I was... playing earlier with just putting these like that. Okay, so what do I want to play as my phase card, knowing what the other 2 players are going to play? I think... Actually, that's not a little bad card to get out. Oh, but I don't qualify for that. So, let me look here. Draw 4 cards and discard 2. No. No. Alright, so yeah, I am going to research. Just to simply get some cards in hand and be able to hopefully discard them to get some MC. So, all right. Where do I want to play that? I could literally play my action card simply to take this action twice and get 6 MC out of it. I think I'm going to do that. This is my first time playing with this corporation, so I'm going to have to remember that there is an action on this card. So, yep, I'm going to change it up. Okay, I've taken my planning step. The rest of this all happens just like a normal game of Ares Expedition would. So we're going to start with development. Everybody gets the chance to play a green card here, and I think we are going to... Yep. We're going to start with this one right off the bat. So there we go. I'm going to play that one. I'm actually going to move my, well, play my green one down here. I know that these are color coded, but I like to line up all my blues in one and then my greens and reds in another because I can stack those up. I need to have the blues open so I can read the actions. All right. So I'm not getting any bonus or reduction in this because it's his development. So I gotta spend my full 18, and I can jack up this to 4, which is a nice little bonus. And that's it. That's all I can do. I can just play one green card. Now we're going to move on to mine, which is action. And since it's my card, I can take an additional one action twice. I'm going to take this one. I'm playing solo, so that's essentially 6 MC for me. Not a bad little play right there. And then last but not least, we're going to do production. So production, I get 5 from my TR, and I get 4 heat. One more. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. So at this point, now I played a building tag, so I can remove this, and this gets discarded. We'll just stick it over there. So I'm not going to have to deal with any persistent effects. All of my stuff is still in the white, so that's good. These 2 cards simply get discarded for now. You're going to shuffle those cards back in a lot throughout the game, but for now we just are going to pick 2 new ones. And then we just roll right into the next phase. So this Crisis deck counts as a counter. In the former solo mode, you basically had 15 rounds, I think it was, or 25 rounds to terraform Mars. Now, I don't know what the exact number is, but you're definitely ticking down, because once this deck runs out, if you haven't gotten everything and are holding everything fully terraformed, then you're going to lose the game. So no detriment tokens need to come into play. We don't have any persistent card effects, so let's draw our next one here. So this says randomly reveal a phase card from your hand. You cannot choose that phase this round. So I'm assuming that this one kind of has to stay out. That's how I've been playing this card. So because I can't play action next turn, so I'm going to shuffle up all the rest and add to it research. So I also cannot research. That's not too bad. I have to play a green card, but there's 2 counters. So interesting. It's going to take a little longer. All right, let's draw these 2 cards here and see what we got. So they could help me do research. They could help me do production. I think we're going to do, though, I got a ton of cards, so I think we're going to do action and production again. And I think for myself, we're going to get the more development cards out. So there we go. Okay. Once again, from here on out, basically, for the rest of this round, it plays just like normal Ares Expedition would. So, what green card do we want to get out this time? Yeah, and a VP. We just start going for big time heat. Or that. How many cards like that do I have? I'm looking for science tags. We may. Yeah. Let's play our. Yeah, we're going to play titanium mines here for 7. So there's that. This bumps up there. I've played a green card, but that's only 1, so I'm only removing 1 counter. All right, then we're going to go into action. I only get to do this once, so just 3 MC because it's not my card. Ooh, and I forgot that I got this for 3 less, so give me 3 of my coins back. All right, and then production. So we're getting 5 up here again, and 4. Okay, so now at this point I can take one of my available free actions and I will spend 8, all of my heat, in order to bump up the temperature. That's going to bump me up on TR, but we still have to, this is still out there, so you guys get to see what a persistent effect looks like now. Alright, so these go into a discard pile. Detriment, no detriment. Resolve the persistent effects of all crisis cards in play. Oh man, this means we have to flip over an ocean tile. So these ocean tiles are specific to the Crisis expansion because you have the ability to see what the bonus is on both sides. So I can kind of think about which one do I want to flip over here. And, 4 money ain't nothing to sneeze at any point in time. So I'm going to flip that one over. Hopefully I can flip that back over soon. And now we're going to add a second Crisis card to the mix. So lose 5 MC or 1 TR. Yeah, definitely going to be 5 MC. And I need to play a space counter or a space tag to remove the counter. Let's see, do I have a green card with a space tag? I do not, but that's okay. If for some reason I did and I was able to play a green card with a space tag on it, I would be able to remove both of these counters. Alright, so I think I'm going to want to try and play a red card. So let's see what their card is. So at this point, we have run out of cards, so we'll take these. There's only 5 of them, so we'll give them a little shuffle. And we will pick one. So I definitely want to do construction. The question is whether or not I want to build more than one. No, I think I'm just wanting to build one. So I'm fine with them taking the construction action. And the production action, I cannot take development, which is a shame. I've got a lot of green cards I'd like to get out, but I can't take it. So we're going to take the action. And now we go. So I get to play a red card. It has a space tag, so I'm getting it for 3 less. So 11. There we go. And as I'm playing this, I get to draw a card and flip an ocean tile. So there we go. We're just staying on top of things. Boop, boop. Let's just kind of put this over there. I drew a card, flipped a ocean tile, played a space tag, so I get rid of that one, and that goes away. Yeah, I have not played anything with VP yet. This one's going to continue to stick around. I cannot get rid of this card. All right. So we have done construction, onto action. I'm basically going to take this twice. It's my only one. So there's 6, and then production. We are at 6 this time. Oh, no, 7, because I flipped over an ocean tile. I should have, boop, raised that. And for heat. And that's it. Boom. So that essentially is Crisis Mode in a nutshell. It is very easy to implement. There's a little bit differences in the setup, building out this Crisis deck, and then pre-terraforming your planet. But other than that, you're dealing with these and trying to stay on top of these, and these are going to ramp up for sure. So what I'm going to do here is play through the game, and we're going to speed it up so I don't have to bore you with my analysis paralysis. And then at the end, you guys will get to see kind of what it's like once it's ramped up, because it definitely, everything feels fine now. This feels super easy, but then it comes and kicks you in the butt. I've actually yet to be successful with the Crisis expansion on standard. I haven't thrown in the 3 easy cards, which essentially gives you 3 more rounds and 3 kind of nothing happens phases at the very beginning. But this is kind of normal mode, and it does get tricky. So yeah, let's speed things up here. Welcome back to Real Speed. So at this point, the Crisis card that I drew is the only Tier 4 card. It's going to be the same for every player count. And it's basically saying that at this point, if I can get everything back up to terraformed, I will be successful. Fully terraform Mars before the deck runs out. So if I have to go to draw a Crisis card and there is not one here, then the deck is empty and I've lost the game. So let's see here. Decrease each of these by 1. Flip an ocean tile face down. Keep flipping this one face down. And then set this card aside. Also, from now on, since basically none of the rest of these cards are going to require me to get rid of Crisis tokens, they're just going to do some nasty stuff and then go away. So every VP token I have, I can turn in instantly for 5 mega credits. And so this kind of triggers approaching the end of the game. We still have to deal with these. We still have to deal with Crisis cards. We still draw dummy cards, everything like that. So that's that. Let's see what this one is. Is this going to be... I don't know. Let's see what this other one ends up being. I understand why there's only 5 of these, because there's only 5 actions. It just, having to draw 2 at a time, it does get kind of old shuffling these all up. Well, obviously we're doing this then. That's our play. Okay, and I want to get out, well, I would love to get out a blue card, but I can't. So I guess everything else is taken care of. We're going to play a development card here. So yeah, my oxygen detriment bonus is not getting the bonus from here. But let's just see what we can do here. So, all right, push these down a little bit. See, I was hoping to get a construction out of one of these two, and I didn't. So there we go. Not getting any bonus from paying 3 less. I am going to get 3 plants, though. 1, 2, 3. And this is going to go up to 4, which is not bad. Okay. All right, actions. Again, I wanted to be able to get my blue cards up to 5, so this would be cheaper. Let's see, we can easily do this. This is going to get us 2 MC back, and raise this up 1, pushing that up 1. That's not in play, that's not in play. Do I want to pay 10 to flip that? 1, 2, 3. No, I need to focus on the ocean, so I need to save. Although I'm going to get the money back, essentially. So let's get 3 from here. So yeah, let's do it. Let's pay 10 to increase the temperature. That's going to go up like that. And that's about all we can do. I'm going to get a few more plants here in a second to be able to do that. So, okay. Actions are taken care of. Production now. We are looking at 26, so that's a nice round 30. All right, and 6 here. No, 7 here. No plants, none of that mess, and I get a card draw. Okay. Now I want to take some free actions here. First of all, to flip over an ocean tile, and I'm going to flip over this one, which is going to give me 2 plants, and I have 5. Oh no, I'm 1 off. My counting was 1 off. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to flip over 1 more of these. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. Yeah, we'll get a card draw out of it, and our last plant we need. So instead of bothering to take that, I'm just going to turn these in now for my instant VP token, and raise the oxygen up 1. That'll bump that up 1. And I just flipped over 2 oceans. So Or maybe I think I already did that actually. No. Oxygen 1, and then 2 oceans. No, yeah, we should be up there. Okay, I might as well just turn this in for 5 mega credits. So our oceans stays in the yellow. Let's see, can we get either one of these up? Yes, we can raise the temperature up 1 to keep that over there. So this now goes, and we're at 30. All right, I could do one more ocean. I don't think it's worth it at this point. All right, oxygen. I can't do oxygen anymore. Oh, all right. Okay, so these go away. We have to check these. So oxygen, ocean are still in the yellow. So I can push, say, that one down. And then we gotta, I'm just gonna push this up there. We know it's in play. Yeah, push it up there. All right, so decrease the oxygen 2 steps, decrease the temperature by 1 step, and flip an ocean tile. Let's do this one, I guess. That's one thing, I have not gotten any cards that can help me increase my plant production. And so the rest of these cards are pretty much going to be like this, just crushing blows. And I don't know if my production is up to speed yet to keep up. So, construction, but do I want to play the construction card? No, because none of these. So yeah, let's do that and that, and I am going to play production. That'll get me 4 extra credits out of it. Okay, what one card do I want to play now to make my actions cheaper? Spend 12 MC to flip an ocean tile. Reduce this. Yes, this is our play right here. So this card is reduced by 18 because of my titanium credit. 1 VP per Jovian tag I have. So I'll tell you how that's going to interact here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and play this down. So this is only costing me 4 mega credits, which is amazing. Now, at this point, I'm gaining 1 VP per Jovian tag I have out. So that's 1, 2. Normally, I would just put VP on this card and count it up at the end of the game. But in this case, I instantly get it. So if at any point in time I play a Jovian tag, I gain a VP. And these also can turn into 10 mega credits, which I will probably do here in just a second. All right. Beautiful card to play, because now we go into the action phase. I now have 5 cards here, so let's go ahead and take this into account. I have 5 cards here, so this is reduced in half because I have 5 blue cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to raise my temperature up 1. All right. I have not played any of that. I can play. No, I can't do that. And then I can pay 12 MC to flip an ocean tile, but it's reduced by 1 MC per titanium, so that's 6. So I'm essentially paying 6 MC to flip over an ocean tile, which I will flip over. Yeah, nope, that one's already flipped over. Let's take this one. 2 credits and a plant. Again, I feel like not having any plant production is possibly going to be my detriment here, because it's very hard to push up my oxygen without heat. I'm using this as much as possible. Anyways, okay. So I've done all the actions I can do, and now it's on to production. Do I want to take any... Oop, I did flip over, and I did raise the temperature. So make sure I get all of my TR ratings there. All right, so yes, we are at 32 plus 4 is 36. Still just 7 here. No plants. None of this production. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my oceans are in the... I can get rid of this. Temperature. Can I get my temperature into the green or the white? Yes, I can, because I can play 8 there and do that. That'll give me that. So only dealing with the oxygen, which is okay. Mainly a lot of action phases and production phases at this point on, I think. I could pay 20. That seems very expensive though to raise my oxygen level, but I might do that actually because that's going to give me a VP. Push this up, and then I'm just going to trade these in. This is 15 essentially. So I almost got my money back there. I could almost do this one more time, but this isn't as big of a deal. Everything's about to push down, so yeah. All right, let's put these away. Let's deal with this. So this is decrease the temperature by 2 steps. Boom, boom. Decrease oxygen by 1 step. Flip 2 ocean tiles. Are you serious? There's 1 and there's 2. And then discard this. See, they're just nasty. It's so hard to get ahead here. So this is one of our cards. It's probably going to be that one. And let's see here. A construction one. I could live with a construction one because that would give me another opportunity to be flipping ocean tiles over. But I have a feeling it's going to be an action one. So yes. All right. So there's that. All right, so I'll take the construction one. And that means I'm going first. So I will pay. See, I'm running out of room over here. Ooh. No. All right, I'm going to pay 14. No discounts there. So there's that. This is going to give me another action to be able to... I'm just going to cover this one up. I don't really see myself. I don't have any of those cards right now. Okay. Oh, I have no oxygen. Okay. I'll use my other action to draw a card. Now I get one of these, which is a shame. All right. So, action phase. Give me 3 credits here. Spend 5 credits here to increase the temperature. That's a push. So I can spend 10 here. And then this was what, 6? And that's going to be 2 ocean tiles flipped over. Let's get 4 back and 2 plants. 1, 2, and 4 credits back here. So that's 1, 2. I don't have 6 heat, and I did both of those. Ugh. All right. So production phase is going to be 37 plus 4 is 41. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. A card. Okay. 7 here. So I will, and then nothing here. So I'm going to immediately spend these to push this up. All right, keep that in the clear. This is in the clear. And let's try and get oxygen up here. So this is going to be 20 to push that up. That should be there. That's going to be a VP, which I will just... I'm just going to start taking 5 credits at this point. Should we get it up one more? Yeah, I think we should. All right, 20. Get my 5 back. This pushes up to there, and this pushes up to there. I could do it one more time and get everything up into the white. I'm not really needing money to spend on cards anymore. Although maybe that one. So, but that was that one. This one's only going to cost me 3. 1, 2, 3. And so yeah, let's do this. Let's spend it. I'm going to get 5 credits back. This pushes. This pushes. Yeah. All right. We're good. I think this is as good as we can get. So at this point, nothing is fine. Everything's fine. These go up here. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is our last one. Decrease the temperature by 2 steps. 1, 2. Decrease the oxygen by 1 step. And flip an ocean tile face down. So, all right. We have got to finish out this time here. So what's our last 2 dummy cards? Production and action. All right, I will take development. Okay, so I can essentially play this one for free now because I got rid of my oxygen bonus. That means I will gain 1 plant production here. I can add 3 microbes to a card, but I can't add microbes to any other card that's going to gain me VP for it. So that's unfortunate. Okay, but this is going to go up to 10 now. So that might help here. Okay. All right, so that's my play. I might as well 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3 is 15. All right. Actions, actions, actions. That's going to be 3 more here. 5 to raise the temperature up. That goes there. 10 and 6 to flip over 2 ocean tiles. Let's do 4 and 2 plants. So here we go. We're getting close. Getting close. I don't have 6 heat, and that's it. Those are the only actions I can spend. So we're done with this. It's all going to come down to money at this point. Man. I almost wonder if... No, let's just try it out. Okay. 10 heat. 42 plus 4 is... 46 plus a card that I would immediately discard for 3 points. So that's 49. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put 1 back. 1 plant. We're so close there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just needed 1 plant. Okay. So I can turn this into 1 oxygen bump. I've taken my production phase. I'm just trying to terraform everything here. 2 of these to flip this over. That is going to give me 4 credits. 1 plus a card I would immediately trade in. This is going to be a not being short right here. And these 2 I think is going to hurt me. So I'm good with the oceans. But there's no other way for me to rate. No, 14 to raise the temperature. 20. Hold on, but this is going to give me... Here's 20. I'm going to get 5 back. That doesn't go there. To raise the oxygen. And... we can do this again to raise the oxygen. I don't know why I'm keeping track of this up here. And we are short. If only there was a way to just straight buy plants. So I could spend this, I would get 1 in return to raise this. And then literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I could just buy 2 plants and say huzzah, that would raise this. It would give me a VP, which would turn into 5. And then, yeah, if I could just buy 5 heat or 6 heat, huzzah, and do that. So we came up just short. Again, this is not easy. I would recommend if you're playing for the first time, especially if you're not super familiar with Ares Expedition, to try it on the easy difficulty, because that basically gives you 3 rounds to start building up your production, essentially, and before bad stuff starts happening. So technically we were unsuccessful. We were super close. I'm pretty sure, you know, getting up into the white doesn't count. Let me just check here. End of the game. If dwindling supplies crisis has come out of the deck and all 3 terraforming metrics are completed during the end step, the players win. They never made it into the purple zone. If you would draw a crisis card, but the deck is empty and the terraforming metrics are not completed yet. And I'm pretty sure we got to get up into the white. Because, just to refresh myself, end of the game. All 9 ocean tiles have been flipped. The temperature is at +8 degrees, yeah, and oxygen is at 14%. So, unsuccessful, but that's okay. This is a nice twist, a nice different way to play and go about playing, because you're starting with everything built up and you're losing ground. It's kind of like the difference between First Martians versus Robinson Crusoe. In this case, this is First Martians. Everything starts fine and everything just starts going backwards on you. Whereas original Ares Expedition is like Robinson Crusoe. You start with nothing and have to build up. Both of which have a timer on them. I probably will kind of switch back and forth playing one or the other, because this, unfortunately, this Crisis deck does feel kind of samey. But there's only 3 metrics for them to mess with, and it's basically just, you know, messing with one or the other. There's no other fun events or anything like that happens. So, but I don't know what else they could add in there to change it. At the end of the day, this game is all about raising these 3 metrics, getting your engine built, so on and so forth. So there's only so much Ares Expedition period I can play in a given period of time. But that's going to do it for this how-to video. Up next, we'll talk about the Discoveries expansion. I'm not going to make a video for the Foundations expansion because it's basically adding in 5 or 6 players. That should be pretty straightforward. So keep an eye out for that. If you're enjoying these videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.